Alright, your AR manual standard recommendation practice specification for tanker cars Appendix B. Um, 4. Administrative provisions AR M1003 application system. AR M1003 application system online visibility certification administrative management side resides the AR quality assurance resource center of the URL system HTTPS double colon backslash backslash AR ARX net account login return URL. Establish managing user account. Request establish account AR the following link AR IRX net account request. Or initial application product. Each facility must have apply initial certification fee with the online certificate user responsible for completing the application specified online user guide. Upon submission for the completed application page, the director of tanker car safety herein the director will review application. The director may request additional information to support the application. AR does not receive all required requested information. Application cannot be processed. Once the completed application package has been reviewed, accepted by the AR, the following apply. The facility may conduct start of the work activity for which is applied for the certification. However, the facility should not release any progress result of their activities for the unit until the facility reaches either the AR certification conditional provisions allow the facility to be prepared to demonstrate the minimum technical demonstrate the capability during the one-site audit. The director will authorize the AR auditing agency representation of the tanker car committee who is scheduled to perform on-site audit of the facility per paragraph 4323. Agency audit design lead auditor will assign appropriate audit team based on the certification elements sought by the facility application for the tanker car committee may assign members AR staff additional audit quick team participants as it deems appropriate. Your on-site audit purpose of the on-site audit is enable the audit team to directly witness the facility perform minimum technical demonstration requirements. Paragraph 3.6. Lead auditor will contact facility on schedule on-site audit, which will time the facility must confirm with the audit dates the readiness to demonstrate all minimum technical capabilities. Acknowledgement will document the automated audit fee later sent to the facility. 4.5. Facility respond with adverse audit findings request for the reconsideration now withdrawal certification appeal procedure. Facility respond with adverse audit findings denial withdrawal of the certification request for the reconsideration appeal set forth in AR Minimum Standard Recommended Practice J specification M1003. Revocation of quality assurance certification when revoked when the facility fails to meet quality assurance program per AR Manual Standard Recommended Practice J specification M1003. 4.7. The revocation technical certification elements. Individual certification elements will be revoked if the facility fails to demonstrate the minimum technical capabilities per the appendix. 4.8. Certification. The AR Quality Assurance Committee with the AR Tanker Car Committee jointly approved the certification. However, the Tanker Car Committee has finally authority over the granting certification. Certification specification is in effect with a period of 3 years subject to the annual compliance with the audits per table B5. B5 of the M1003 certification cycle. Year 0, initial certification audit. Year 1, compliance audit. Year 2, compliance audit. 3, recertification audit. 483, certification applies to single facility traceability station central compliance is desired that minimum more than one facility certified. Each facility must be certified independently. 4. Maintaining certification general. The maintaining certification activity of the facility must also maintain certification elements associated dependency as specified in Table B1. Facility responsible for uploading quality, most current quality assurance manual complete with a quality assurance SE online system 60 calendar days in advance of the next regulatory scheduled audit. Additional lead auditor may request facility to provide inspection and test plan. 4913 Tanker Car Committee reserve the right to perform scheduled unannounced on-site audits of the facility anytime to ensure the compliance with the appendix. 4914 Railroad Car Owners Certified Facility they have the responsibility to report improperly improved, unimproved tanker car activity. See for the director review of the Tanker Car Committee. The executive director may authorize unannounced on-site audit facilities may request copy of the quality record subject cover with involved parties. 492 Specific Conditions. Maintain certification activity code B24. Facilities must demonstrate repair level in accordance with the B6. B6 certification schedule for the R1, R2, RL1, RL2 requirements. Year 1 initial certification audit A and B for RL and RL2. 2 compliance RL1A, RL2C, and D. 3 compliance audit RL1A, RL2C, or D. Year 4 recertification audit RL1A, RL2B. Key table for B6 meaning. A means RL1 demonstrated requirement. B RL2 demonstrated required. Demonstration required. C. If the facility can provide evidence that have performed RL2 on a tanker car since the last inspection that demonstrated the RL1 or RL2 is required. And D. If the facility provides no evidence that has been performed RL2 on a tanker car since the last inspection, they must have the minimum demonstrate RL1 retain repair level and RL2 repair level status. Alright, 410 fees. All services associated with the initial application audit administrative for the quality assurances on-site audit listed for the office manual with the AR interchange rules appendix E. Unpaid services fees will result of the denial, revocation, of certification. Procedure on changing another case in section outline. Procedure for the facility notify the director change to their certification depending on the scope of the change. The facility may subject to on-site audit validate and the change in ownership of location. Facility has changed ownership of the that new facility owner responsible for submitting the exhibit to B3 the director within 30 days of the changing ownership. Exhibit the B3 must be accompanied with the transition plan. Specified timeline notification will initiate tanker car committee consideration transfer approval. If tanker car has changed physical location, only facility responsible for submitting exhibit the B3 with the director. Facility must indicate with the component section that there is no change certification elements, personal profit, procedures, or equipment. 411.2 Adding certification elements. Facilities may add certification elements any time with the initial certification by completing Exhibit B3 change to the request form, submitting the director for this consideration, and adding certification elements result of the recertification on-site audit. All certification elements include newly added elements if done so that the facility comply with the annual evaluation requirements. All certification elements on-site audit generally will be scheduled no sooner than 90 days from the day Exhibit B3 accepted with the director. Facility cannot be added with the certification elements for the 60 day prior to the next scheduled audit. 411.2.3 on-site. And once the Exhibit B3 is accepted, the facility can start work on a newly added certification element. However, it should not release any newly added activity until the facility receives the AR certification. Provisions allow the facility to be prepared to demonstrate the minimum technical demonstration capabilities during the on-site audit. 411.3 Withdrawing certification elements. The facility may withdraw entire certification elements at any time within the certification cycle completing Exhibit B3. Submitting in the director of the facility must then include the effective date with withdrawal and statement specifying when the certification elements facility would withdraw from its certification live registry. View for the URL to view the certified tanker car facility registry of the Union Online System provide lists of live registry certified facilities. There's a specific registry of the tanker car facilities that include the following: quality assurance code, station, stencil, facility name, facility state, city state, activity codes, material groups, repair level, capability, serve the equipment category. This registry can be exported with the further query compatibility. 413 Exhibit the B1 subcontractor evaluation sheet. Exhibit B3 application tanker car facility technical certification change notification form. B3A certification additional information. 414 Association of American Railroad Staff Contacts for this appendix. The question, comment, and interpretation of the appendix contacts of the Director, Tank Car Safety Association of American Railroads, 425 3rd Street, Southwest, Suite 1000, Washington, D.C. 224. Phone number 209-639-22602-2. Email mforistr@ar.org. And then it showed the Exhibit B1 subcontractor evaluation sheet with the Association of American Railroader. Each facility should contain a copy of each of the subcontractor required with Appendix B of the company representative responsible to actively show the staff of the subcontractor even the appropriate equipment and procedures. Personnel to meet the requirement specification for the form expires 1 year after the date verified below. Part 1 subcontractor company name, address, state, province, zip code, postcode, country, primary subcontractor, name, titles, office phone number, cell phone, fax, email. Subcontractor activity selected applicable activity code, certified faculty, personnel, facility process, equipment and services of the product. For each activity identified above, for each activity, explain how the company represents the result. Responsible activity verified by the subcontractor understand the form requirements of the Association of American Manuals being standard recommended in practice. Section C, part 3 specification, tanker cars M1002, 14 personnel, 15 process, 16 equipment, 17 services, 18 product. Part 4, company representative, the company name, office phone, cell phone, title, 24 fax, federal, state, cities, province, zip code, country, signature, attesting, date verified, data expiration. Exhibit the B3 application tanker for our facility technical certification change and notification form is both the AR technical safety case single tanker car facility. You the chain with no modification with the paragraph 310 application accompanied with initial payment as required. Paragraph 313 form is part of the application package of the paragraph 312, which may be submitted with the executive director, Tank Car Safety Association, American Railroads, 425 3rd Street, Southwest Suite, 1000, Washington, D.C., 224. General application qualification. Application form and initial certified inspection, recertification, inspection, changing notification, application for the date, month, double date, 4-digit year. Do you have the valid M1003 quality assurance program? Yes or no? If no, a facility must apply with M1003 quality assurance program certification note. Addition with the technical certification quality assurance certification required in order to perform any tank activity listed in paragraph 4, part 4 of this application, appendix B with the table B. 2, to avoid a facilities requesting certification from the manufacturer A19 and or B, assembling B78 tanker cars having the validity S2034 car builder certification, yes or no? If no, the facility must apply for the S203 car builder certification. If your existing AR registered tanker cars, facilities provide the following: your stencil station stencil you perform to keep the same station stencil, yes or no? Part 2, tanker car facility information stencil, station stencil assigned by the AR, however the station stencil request can be made by in a field of 36 comments. 7, the company name, 8, address, 10, state, Providence, 11, the zip code, 9, city, 12, country, primary, 3, primary contact name, title, office phone number, the cell phone, fax, and email address. Part 4, applicant, if the applicant confined within Part 3 is located identified in Part 2, yes or no? Skip if this part. If yes, no, company name, the address, the title of the city, for the state, province, zip code, country, office phone, cell phone, fax, and 31 email address. Part 5, recipient certification for the AR. Select the recipient. Note that the facility must have the ability to produce the certification letter upon request. Applicant. Part 4, primary contact. Part 3. Alright, Exhibit B3, application for the tanker car facility, the technical certification change and notification forms. Part 6, facility certification information. Note, certified facility that must be capable of performing, arranging, performed all associated tanker car activities that which a facility is certified. Selected with activity codes applied with the A19 manufacturer of the tanker cars. B24, repair of tanker cars. B78, assemble of the tanker cars. B79, alteration of the tanker cars. B80, conversion of the tanker cars. B81, qualification of the tanker cars. B82, manufacturing tanks, including support structure that are moved on to and from facilities without trucks running gear. B83, repair tanker cars that have been moved to the facility without trucks running gear. B84, qualification tanks that have been removed from the facility without running gear. B85, manufactured pressure tank retaining tank components that have been moved to and from the facility without trucks running gear. B86, repair pressure rate repairing tank components that are moved and added to and to the facility without running gear. C4, manufactured tank cars for the equipment. C5, recondition or repair qualification tank cars for the equipment. C6, removal or replacement of the tank cars for the equipment, including changing of the gaskets. C7, the removal of the interior lining coating in the tank car. C18, installing interior linings coating in the tank car. C9, qualification interior lining coatings in tank cars. C10, repairing an interior lining coatings in tank cars. C11, inspection interior lining coatings in tank cars. 34, select each applicable material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 are not applicable. MG1, TC 128 included. MG2, MG3, MG4, MG7 are not applicable. Alright, 35. Select your repair level capability of if applying for the B24 or B83. L1, demonstrate the efficiency performing welding tank of the tank car material and non-destructive test with magnetic particle test post-weld heat treatment at level exceeding the repair through the tank car tank defect and stripping through the shell head of the crack. Demonstrate that must be performed on the tank car test plate with the must perform on a material from the material group which facility is seeking service. Demonstrating efficiency performing welding tanker car tank material non-destructive test post-weld heat treatment with the level that includes repairing through the tank with the tank defect inserted through the shell head crack. Demonstrating must be performed on the tank car tank test plate must be performed on the material group which the facility is seeking certification. Part 7, the fee information. 36, initial payment is required for the paragraph 313 appendix B. The tax, yes. If no, yes. And then no AR will not process the application without initial payment. Alright, Exhibit the B3, application for the tanker car facility technical certification and change notification form. 37 in the comments. That says for the information provided with the application meet with the mail and manual 1002. The appendix B with the information from the manual 1002. Appendix B, form B3A has been included. Application for the name, application signature, company signature, date, 4-2, title. Alright, Appendix B3A, Certification Additional Information Form. The form must be completely provided as part of the application package per Appendix B with the paragraph 312 with the tanker car facility certification. 10 for the term and in-house, 2 for the form identified with the facility on-site with the in-item personal profit equipment, serve for the product with the not intent for the meeting, have with an item of the personal profit equipment, 2 for the product of the organization, company, with a corporation, with another facility, with the reference for the appendix for the form and apply with the appendix for the manual 1002 unless otherwise specified. Facility subcontract for the serve of the equipment listed below with the list of the Appendix B with the paragraph 2, for the 1, a copy with the exhibit the B1 subcontractor evaluation sheet must be included with this application. Part 1, equipment of the facility subcontractor with the, and equipment necessary to perform the tank activities within technical certification required, yes or no. Does the facility possess the post-weld heat treatment equipment for the unit of local treatment in accordance with Appendix W, paragraph 17.0, Appendix R, paragraph 20. In-house subcontractor not applicable with the tanker car activities of the facility. Does the facility welding equipment necessary to perform the tanker car activity with the technical certification required? In-house subcontractor not applicable tanker car activities at this facility. Does the facility have welding gauges necessary to perform per tank activities with the technical certification requested? In-house subcontractor not activities of this facility. 6. Does the Does the facility possess hydrostatic equipment for the tank heater coil testing necessary to perform the tank car activity technical certification required? In-house not acceptable applicable tanker car activities of the facility. Does the facility possess the pressure relief test equipment necessary to perform the tanker activities for which the technical certification is required? In-house subcontractor non-actable tank car activities of the facility. Does the facility have the transfer table or other mechanism to simulate AR minimum curve requirements? In-house not applicable to tanker car activities of this facility. Does the facility have possession active with the scale with the weighing cars? In-house not applicable to tanker car of the facility. Does the facility have the designated level of the track adjustment side bearings and coupler height? In-house or not applicable to tanker activities of this facility. And then certification additional information form for the exhibit B3A. Does the facility have proper storage of the following term items in the house? And that is yes or no activities at the activities at the facility. Welding electrodes, wires, for the equipment of gasket fasteners, valve fittings. Does the faculty have sufficient flux and or rod ovens to the support operational Appendix W, AWSD 15.1, yes or no, non-applicable tanker car activities of the facility? Does the facility possess or have access to any other equipment necessary to perform tanker activities for which the technical certification is required, yes or no? If yes, has the information required included within this form? Part 2, welding procedures. Does the facility perform welding in the tanker car tanks? Yes or no? If yes, the items must be addressed. The facility must provide with the supporting documentation with this form. 15. Qualification testing result of the material list for the material group with the certification required, including copy the welding procedure qualification record, Appendix W, Figure 413, W13 with the following. Data illustration preparation, abutment plate edges, tabular data, outline welding, essential variables, prescribed Appendix W welding plate with the various thickness for each of the material group with the certification requested. Test performed approved plate material with the tanker fabrication listed with Appendix M, paragraph 3. With this information required above that has been included in this form. 16. List welder's name and identification symbol qualified Appendix W for the facility. One or more welds qualified in Appendix W each of the material group with the certification requested must be employed with the facility. One copy of the welder performance qualification test, Appendix W, Figure 414, must include each material group with the certification required. The information required above must have been included within this form. Part 3, non-destructive examination testing. Have the non-destructive testing written process, practice administrative with the non-destructive testing level 3 as required in Appendix T, paragraph 141. Yes, no. If no, explain. Provide the number of the non-destructive level to level 3. Level 3, in-house or subcontracted. And then certification of different information of the exhibit B3A. Does the non-destructive testing level 3 meet the qualification requirements of the Appendix T? Yes or no. If no, the application play for the suspense until the starts for the time the facility provides a statement. The non-destructive testing level 3 is qualified in Appendix T. Identify the non-destructive testing methods of the applicable to non-applicable tanker car activity technical certification requires the if applicable whether non-destructive testing is performed facility personnel in-house or subcontracted, and there I will list them list the methods and then applicable, not applicable, in-house or subcontracted. They are liquid penetration, magnetic particle, ultrasonic thickness, leak testing, bubble leak test, other described radiographic, visual inspection, remote visual inspection, acoustic emission, thermal, infrared, and others. Alright, list the facility of non-destructive tests on all personnel certified in Appendix G, including the name, non-destructive test, the level of certification, non-destructive method, certification expiration date. Information required has been included within this form. Part 4, Organization and Personnel. The items are part of the draft of the facility provided with the supporting documentation applicable to the tanker activity for technical certification is requested. Current organization chart, engineering, production, quality assurance personnel include mobile unit personnel statement describing the key personnel responsible for supervising engineering, manufacturing, production, repair, non-destructive testing, examination, welding, ensuring quality, complying with the AR standards include the following name, the title, the outline of the duties, delegated authority level with the certified non-destructive testing, welding inspection, coating, lining, inspection, experience, education, training, information required above that has been included within this form. Part 5, additional information required with the recertification only. Exhibit the R1 forms are prepared with a provided description of how the documents originated and processed, stored. The information required above that has been included within this form. And Exhibit B3A, certification additional information. And Part 6, publication documents. Facility must possess the following latest publication applicable to the tanker car activity for which the tanker certification is requested. Any other documents applicable to the tanker car activities. The AR manual, sticker manual, standard recommendation practice section C, standards 2034. Part 2, design, fabrication, construction, freight cars, which is M101 1000. AR manual standard recommendation, section 3, part 3, specification, tanker cars M1002. AR manual standard recommendation correction, section 3, specification, quality assurance. Field manual, AR interchange rules, office manual with the AR interchange rule, other publications required by the AR field manual interchange rule 15B, AR circular casual prevention circular letters, Title 49 Code of Federal Regulations 171 through 180, Title 49 Code of Regulations 215 and 231, Transportation Dangerous Good Regulations, CGBSB Standards Canadian, and CSGB 43 147 2005 25. MSRP man standard of recommended practice. Note lists all the current AR manual standard recommended publications that have been be ordered and provided in the military's NM1002 and part 7 of the remarks. And that is the completion of your Appendix B certification for the tanker car facility M1002.